It will be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I get the gorilla in Manila.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cassius Marcellus Clay. He's young, he's handsome. They know it.
I can pound a drink of water and kill a dead tree. Don't mess with Muhammad Ali.
I've done something special. I've wrestled with an alligator. I've tussled with a whale. I've handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail.
I'm as confident as I say, and I'm better than I say I am.
I'm a poet, I'm a prophet, I'm the resurrector, I'm the savior of the boxing world. If it wasn't for me, the game would be dead.
Who would bet on flying Patterson beating me? Who would bet on Ernie Terrell beating me? I told you I was floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see.
Last week I murdered a rock, hinges of stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, January the 25th. This is your Inner City Wake Up Call. I am your host, Dawud El-Amin, coming to you out of the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina, 365 days a year. This is your Inner City Wake Up Call. Hey, cold out there this morning. You're going out. It's cold out there this morning. 28. Stepped out, stepped back in. Not planning on going back out again anytime soon. It's cold. That sun got to come up before it see me again. Oh, man. Whew. It is a mess in the cave. Yes. Today is cleanup day. If y'all could, the background look good. I know y'all on the video, but the cave is a mess. I literally done lived in the cave. I got my bedroom. I very seldom get to that because half the time I'm in here studying or either producing. So I'm living in the cave. But good Lord, I got to clean it up today. Announcements. Remember tonight, 25th parent meeting, Spanish and English program at Gregory. I'm going to stress again. I can't stress enough how much this is important. The parent program at Gregory. Go over and get involved in the program and understand. You parents that I see on the Facebook complaining about white folks coming to take over your school, they can't take over nothing unless you let them. I mean, simple as that. Get involved. Don't just fuss about it. See what they're bringing in. Yes, they don't want to come to Gregory. They would rather have this program over there at Forest Hills. That's the bottom line. They would rather have the program stay exactly where it's at Forest Hills. But in order for the school board to get these test scores up, they got to try something different. I explained to y'all what's going on. The school board is trying to keep from getting a lawsuit for segregation. Let's just be real. That's what they're trying to do. So in the meantime, they're going to give us little crumbs. Well, take the crumbs and make a pie. You know, take what you can get right now until we can go ahead and operate. Y'all know my philosophy. Operate our own schools and then we don't have to worry about that. But that's ways out. We haven't got there yet. We haven't got the mentality yet to say, you know what? Let's just pull them all out and teach our own. We haven't there yet. So in the meantime, that Spanish, that Mandarin Chinese, that foreign language, whenever you apply for college, that foreign language goes a long way because that's the one class you don't have to take. Now you already ready for and you prepared for. And when you're going into the global world right now, Lord knows, I wish I could translate some of these shows right here over in another language. Hey, I wouldn't be sitting in the cave all day. I'll tell you that. So go to that class, and then we got the Homecoming Step Show this weekend. NAACP meeting on the 28th. Can't forget about that. Deborah Maxwell is such a strong supporter of this show, and NAACP, her and people are doing such a fine job over there. I have to officially say I've never been a member of the NAACP. I just never was. And I actually was considering joining this year because of the fine job they're doing. And I'm probably going to send my application in soon. Just something I never got around to. I was busy with other organizations of my own. And so I said this year I'm going to become a member and join and pay my dues and get that in. So Deborah, look for mine pretty soon. Step show again, and the milestone dinner for Link on the 29th. That's this Friday night. Come out and support the milestone dinner. Tickets are $50, but they're going for a good cause. That's Link Incorporated. Go check my video out on the Urban Farm over there, linking what we're doing over there. Which is something I want to bridge into. I like to do bridges. Bridge into Link and what we do there, and bridge into basically I'm off cuff this morning. Did a show yesterday that was a little off cuff, so I'm gonna do a show today. It's really, Frankie gave me a book. He gave me this book. I want to give it to you. Turning Your Ship Around. And me and with Frank, he always brings stuff to the table that we should read outside the box. And it started to get my mind rolling on how it can apply to us, because sometimes people write from a perspective of their perspective, and we have to bring it to our perspective. But in turning your ship around, I realize a lot of people are at that point. They're trying to go in a different direction, or they don't like the direction they're going into, or they're just not happy with life. I mean, I've been there, you know, so I'll talk about my life. And so sister last night sent me a box. Sister Evelyn, love the sister to death. She's one of the original 7 of the ECHO, Elevating Communities at Higher Opportunities, I always talk about. She's one of the original 7, and she sent me a thing on Petey Green. And I had known about Petey Green out of D.C., Radio 1, and how he came out of prison and overcome an addiction and took a radio station to heights and really became a radio personality. And she said, "Are you the next Petey Green?" I said, "Yes, that I am. That I would want to be." Yes, because I want to be able to take an idea and show you simply how to take an idea. Take what they've given us, a free Facebook, a free YouTube, take an idea and transfer it into what I believe is going to be the wave of the future. That is talk radio, because you're on the move all day long. The radios in the car are usually off. You're on your cell phones all day long. So that's talk radio on your cell phone. Videos, which we're in an audio visual generation. I can reach more young people with audio visual on YouTube. We're in that generation to relay a message. And I call this the wake up call, but this is one of the first of many shows. I remember telling someone about 3-4 years ago, I believe that No Covers would be a household name in this city within the course of 3 to 4 years. So I'm in the store yesterday and I hear No Covers. Well, I got my headphones. Anybody know I carry these headphones around? Most of the time I'm riding a bike. Not a good thing, but I do it anyway because I love my music. And while I'm in the store, I'm trying to get in and out back to the studio as quick as possible, back in what I call the cave. This is my study ground. Library, books everywhere. So I'm sitting there and I keep hearing No Covers, but I'm listening to something else in the ear. I'm like, all of a sudden somebody takes this plug out my ear and says No Covers. And it's Hollis Briggs. I said, oh, Hollis, you was the one calling me. But it made me feel good that he now, it's like Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. That's why I play that intro so much. Yeah, it's transferring the name. Daoud No Covers. Yes. It's now become a name out for hard work that started over 4 years ago in an apartment in Houston Moore upstairs in a room using the same facilities. Go back to some of those old crazy shows. Yeah, you go back in Blog Talk Radio and go through No Covers and read down 2012. Listen to some of them shows sometimes. And it wasn't that bad, but they needed some work. They needed polishing. Similar to my book. I don't have one copy in front of me right now, but similar to my book. It needed work and polishing. You start off writing. I put an inspiration up there today, this morning, about the lady that wrote Brewster's Place. You start off with an idea. You don't stop. You start with that idea and you keep working on it. I don't care if you make a mistake the first time. You might make a mistake the second time. You might make a third mistake. Dr. Carter G. Woodson got all kind of errors in his book, but it's a classic. You're going to make errors. You keep producing, you keep writing, and then you keep making the money. And then one day, you have enough money where you can take it to Doubleday Books, a national publishing house company, and you won't have no errors because they're going to charge you about $3,000 to $4,000, but they're going to make sure it's not an error up in there. But now you got the money because you started. Too Short started in the back of his trunk with mixtapes. I never forget. Too Short said, I'm going to get me some tapes, CDs, some tape. No, they were cassettes at the time. Little teeny cassettes in the back of his trunk, loaded it up, went around, all around the South, up north, selling cassette tapes. And made enough money so he could get to the point to go to the next step, Turn your ship around. Yeah, you can easily turn your ship around. You come up with an idea. The brother who did this, I keep this, Black Pages. We're not duping. We're not creating anything new with the business directory. We're just taking a void that was missing. The brother created the Black Pages, but they left the void. Tiba Johnson stepped into the void when I was downtown. I gotta give him credit where credit is due. He stepped into the void when I was downtown at Sweet House of Soul. A1 Business Directory. I'm on the front cover of his magazine. He tried to do a magazine back then. Yes, it was good. But what I realize now, in 2016, the printed word is now gone. We need an app. So what are we doing? We're trying to get the database so we can take it to a phone app so you can press that little button just like you do everything else on your phone. And you can say, if somebody comes in town and downloads the Black Business Directory for Wilmington app, all these tourists that's coming in downtown every year with money, that we need to get that money to our black businesses. And some of them coming in with the mindset that they don't want to spend money at Carolina Beach. They don't want to spend money down at Ricefield Beach. So they come in and they download our app once we get to that point. They press a button and they want to go to Miss, what I got right there, Miss Pat's. I keep it on my wall. So I won't forget it this morning, Deborah Maxwell. Miss Pat's. They punch in Miss Pat's and it goes to Google search and it takes their map in their car right to Miss Pat's. We're in that technology, and most of this technology is free because we're in that kind of world we live in now. So we have those resources at our disposal. So we try to use this to show you an idea that started 4 years ago, an idea that now we're moving to another level. How do you get there? You got to be persistent. You can't, yes, I had to sacrifice some things in order to make this happen. Yes, I had realized I had decided to give up some things. I didn't watch football at all yesterday. I mentioned I slept through 2 games. Why? Because I gave up sports. I love basketball. My son would tell you, I love basketball. And I just didn't stop, if Robbie Cobb was listening, just because the Lakers are not playing. And Tyrone, he always get on me being a Kobe man, but he a Kobe hater. But I didn't stop because the Lakers are losing. I love any game of basketball. I haven't watched the game all season. Didn't watch any of the football yesterday. I watched it on the computer screen. The score was going to be the same score on that computer screen whether I spent 2 hours watching that game or not. When I got up, again, the score on that computer screen was going to be the same score whether I watched Cam throw the ball in the end zone, I think it was 3-4 times, or not. That score going to be the same. I'm not going to be able to change that score. But what I can change is my score. I can do what, Frankie Roberts? Turn my ship around. I can sit there and say, you know what? I'm going to give that up. Those 2 hours that I'm sitting there wasting my time, and I'm going to dedicate that time to some rest so I can get back up, or dedicate that time to some study so I can stay on top of my game, or dedicate that time to another idea so I can keep moving in the forward direction, because there for the grace of God go I. But Cam already got his check. I'm trying to get mine, and I'm trying to get you yours. Hey, you got to stay persistent. You got to stay on it. You can't be on it today and off it tomorrow. So yes, it takes time. Yes, you're going to burn some relationships. Yes, you're going to burn some friendships. If they can't understand your vision and dream, hey, you got to keep up with your vision and dream. Because your vision and dream, if you let it go for something else, if you let that vision or dream that you know inside that you can produce, you let it go, you'll rot. You'll die. You'll be sitting there. And I see so many people going to their graves saying, wish I, coulda, shoulda. If I had just tried, I'd be this. If I had just tried, I'd be that. You see that sign right there? It say no covers. Every picture I write, it's right there. See, it say no covers. I wanted to be a name. Yeah, on my tombstone, no covers. Because I've taken something that was created. N-O-O, covers. Now known. And I want it to continue to be known as something positive in this world that delivers the message of hope to black people in America. Peace and blessings. I'm your brother, Dawud Al-Amin. You have a blessed day.